From early in life, children engage in experiences that prepare them to be literate. Words used and heard during play, early experiences with books and print, and links made between pictures and words all lead to literacy. Now let's look at 5 strategies that specifically assist literacy development. The first is strengthening a child's interest in print. When young children are enthusiastically exposed to print, they understand that reading can be fun and useful.
Balloon animals.
As they learn the different uses of print material, for example from a story in a book, a grocery list, or a road sign, they grow more and more motivated to learn to read.
Skates?
It's also so important for them to know that all these wonderful stories you're telling them and all these wonderful things you're doing and these faces you're making are being inspired by those little pictures and those little marks on those pages. And that really starts to prepare them for school because they're very anxious to be able to get the same sort of jolt without you from that book.
Colors.
Young English learners will come to value print in English and in their home language when they experience its usefulness in both their community and their classroom. Purposeful, playful experiences with rhyming and alliteration help children begin to notice sounds in words.
Who slithers?
Snail.
Yes. Salamanders slither.
Snake.
Yes. Snakes.
This community volunteer uses alliteration in a fun way to help children become aware of words that start with the same sound. Another experience that helps children recognize sounds in words is to clap out each syllable of a word as it is said. The ability to pick out sounds is called phonological awareness.
Some children in preschool may not get to going that deep into segmenting words. However, they'll know kitchen has 2 parts. Kitchen. Or bread only has 1 part. That's already phonological awareness.
Experiences with sounds in the child's home language also moves the child toward literacy in English.
Esto, ¿cómo se llama? Diego?
For example, researchers found that awareness of sounds in Spanish words is related to the child's ability to recognize English words later on.
Tomate.
Tomate. Muy bien.
Other research showed that the ability to rhyme in Chinese is related to recognizing English sounds. Phonological awareness is a critical step toward literacy. Just as important is the building of letter knowledge. Help with letter knowledge can begin with simple activities that highlight letters, such as songs and picture books. Teachers can further support learning about letters by providing materials for scribbling and writing. Here, Sierra has written her name using invented spelling.
And what are the letters?
Research shows that letter knowledge is one of the most powerful factors in learning to read. Knowing letters in any language that has an alphabet supports learning letters in English. For example, Samoan-speaking children use their knowledge of the Samoan alphabet as they learn the names and sounds of English letters. Experiences with letters in English and the child's home language contribute to later literacy.
Yes, good.
Learning words out in the world before hearing them during book reading is particularly beneficial for English learners.
And there's your little hole. Do you see that hole on the ground that I made?
In the garden, these children talk with their teacher about their experiences.
Did you like the seeds? What did they look like?
Look little.
Is this what a pear looks like?
The lessons learned enrich and make more understandable the follow-up reading activity.
Happens in the story. A little boy planted a carrot seed. His
The
mom
teacher
said,
connects their time in the garden with words and pictures in the storybook. Revisiting a story a number of times through a variety of activities fosters literacy development. These children are also invited to draw the garden. Teachers can further enhance a story and repeat new words through reenactments with flannel boards, puppets, story boxes, dress-up clothes, and other props.
Stories with props in English because the kids visually can see the actions that are happening, and they'll pick up the story because they're watching props.
Bilingual books that have text both in English and the home language are very useful. These books can be read in English at one time and at another time in the child's home language. And all children, including English learners, enjoy dictating words or stories to their teachers. Having their own words, phrases, and stories written down makes literacy personally meaningful and builds a bridge from spoken language to reading and writing.
And they grew very
I was wearing a carrot.
And they grew very big as a dinosaur.
It grew.
Young children's learning is enhanced when they can link print with experiences they've had. Drawing on what is familiar will enable children to better understand and value the printed word.
Have storytellers come to tell stories in one of the languages of the children in the classroom. Have parents come and do activities in the classroom. If they feel that their English isn't good enough, tell them, no, I want you to speak your home language doing this activity. I want you and your child to be the experts at this activity.
I suggest the parents bring books and communicate a lot with children. And maybe they can speak English and Vietnamese. And then if they don't know the English, and maybe they need to show the children the pictures, the Vietnamese book and English book, and compare. And they talk to them a lot at home.
Another way to engage children in print is to show photo albums with captions in English, the home language, or both, labeled images of pets, family members, and outings lead to lively conversations and increased interest in print.
And Mommy works close by, so she can come over and see you.
That's my Daniel.
That's Daniel.
Photo albums and picture books also serve as great tools for the teacher, family members, and the children to make up their own version of the story.
And it's really important for teachers to talk to parents about just looking at the pictures in the storybook. Don't worry about the words on the page. Make up your own story to what is in that book, because that's building concepts, that's talking about books, that's letting children into the world of books in a way that is a precursor for later literacy development. And that doesn't matter what language that occurs in.
And asked, who will help me plant these seeds?
Let's review the strategies teachers can use to move preschoolers toward literacy. Strengthen interest in print. Draw attention to sounds. Build letter knowledge. Make books and stories come alive. And link literacy to home and community. These strategies, combined with the oral language strategies, go a long way to help children acquire language. The foundation for listening, speaking, reading, and writing is established during the critical early years. With caring and knowledgeable teachers, English learners will develop the language and literacy skills they need to succeed in school, in their communities, and the world. A world full of language.
We played with a big planet ball.
A big planet ball? Wow, that's a big word you know. Was it fun? Yeah?
And we got to hold it up.
Yeah? Did Matthew get to play too?